In this video, I'd like to show you how I harvest my chili from its plant, how I also get my chilies ready for the winter. And towards the end of this video, I will show you a little tricks that I do every year just so I can stay ahead of the chili season the following year. So good morning, good night, and anything in between. Welcome to my channel. So as you could probably see here, my chili is now with my chayote plant, so I need to harvest them now. They are ready to be harvested anyway. So with this, I'm just going to snap them off. So this is a long chili. I honestly don't know what the real name is of this chili, but I took the seed from my friend, and so this is what I've got. So this chili is not very spicy. I normally just use this for when I cook some Filipino dish, because Filipinos, they traditionally are not into so much spice anyway, so we just like to have a little bit of spice on our dish, but not so much. This is almost the end of its season, so even if I snap some of its leaves, I wouldn't care so much about it anymore, because like I said, it is towards the end, and later on I'm going to trim this anyway. I might not show you how I trim this chili plant, because at the moment this chili plant is supporting my chayote. I will leave this chili plant alone, but I will harvest the chili already, because I think later on it's going to be overturned by all these chayote plants. So I just want to secure my chili plants already. I will take you to the other side of the garden, where I will actually harvest some of the spicy hot chili, and that will be the same plant that I will be trimming and getting prepared for the winter as well. So come and join me on the other side of the garden. So this is the other chili plant I was referring to earlier. So if you can see in here, most of the leaves have turned yellow already, and all the chilies have turned red. There's no flowers anymore, and so I think this is the end of the season for this chili. So I'm just going to pick them all so I could put them in the freezer and I could use them for next year. Like I said earlier, I don't need to be careful about getting the leaves from this chili, because I will be cutting this and trimming this for the winter season anyway. So I'm just going to get the fresh one. So there's a lot of fresh chili still here. So there are some chili that are already dried, so I will leave that out, and I'm going to show you later on what I'm going to do with it. Okay, so I'm just going to pick them all now. So that is all I will get from this chili, and I'll show you that I've left a little bit of chili here. So some of them are already dried. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to show you the chili that I've got. It's nice. So I will wash this off, and I will put them in the freezer to store it to be used for the rest of the year. So I've got a clean secateur, and what I'm going to do with this is I will just cut them closer to the body of the plant, and where it actually branches off. That's where I'm gonna make a little cut. Where I'm going to cut, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I will cut them just above the nodule, past the brown branch. So I'd expect for next year this will become brown, like this will become the initial shoot for the plant next year or for next season. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. So don't be scared if you trim them drastically, because they will grow for next year, and this will also make sure they are preserved, or they are conserving their energy during the cold season. And during the colder months, I will still be watering them and just making sure that they are getting enough nutrients as well, even if they are not having any leaves or they're not producing anything. So this is a 3-year-old plant now, and it's still good, so it's still quite steady. So I will leave it on this level, and then next year it will produce some shoot just where I've cut them, and I will get more shoots because it will start from these fresh shoots that I've just cut, and that will just double up in number later on. So I was left with this much chili left in the plant, and they are quite dry already. So what I'm going to do with this is what I will plant, so I can be ready for next year. I'm going to show you later on how I'm going to plant them and where do I actually plant them, so it will grow right now even if it's a little bit cooler. So it is now mid of April, and it is getting towards it is autumn now. Really, I shouldn't be planting chili at this season, but I do want to get ahead for next year. How I get ahead with the chili season for the following year is I will plant a clump of chili now, just before the weather becomes cold. So we are in the middle of April here in Sydney, and the temperature is about 28 degrees at the moment. So as the day goes on, or as the days go on, or the month goes on, it is going to get cooler already. But yes, you might ask, that will my chili grow? It will still grow, because I will position it on a part of my garden that has about 8 hours of sun during the day, and I will put it under a pergola as well, or at least under a roof, a section of my pergola, so it doesn't get frosted during the winter season. So I've selected this part of my garden because I have easy access to this. So even during winter, when I have to go outside and water some of my plant, this is the area where I normally go because it's closer, and when I'm cold, I don't want to water so much towards the back. So if I want to do a quick watering, then it'll just be here. I'll have a quick access and I could monitor them as well. So I will just show you where that side of the of my garden is, and that's where we're going to be planting. But for the meantime, I'm going to show you very quickly. This is the chili that I taken from that plant before I've started cutting them. So I will plant this straight into here. I will open these and then plant them in. I know ideally you have to dry them before you plant them, but it's okay, it would still grow, and I've got a lot of chances of some chili growing anyway, because this is a lot, and this is going to be a lot of seeds. Is it going to be wasting? Maybe not, but either way I will be throwing these anyway, or either way I'll be storing them and I will be using them later on. But I have way too many seeds, so it's okay. And for this I will need fork just to work on the soil, and of course you need to have gloves because this is chili and you don't want this on your skin, and especially if you accidentally touch your eyes with the chili hand, it's going to be so painful. Okay, so this is the part of the garden where I will be planting them. So this is a very soft soil in here because I've got a lot of organic matters in here. This is where I dump my compost. This is where I dump dry leaves as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to work around it. I won't be digging too much because I know and I'm confident that it is going to be soft already, and because the seed of the chili, they're small anyway, so you don't need to dig. You don't need to dig or bury it in so much soil anyway when you plant them. So I'm just going to open them. So you've got a bit of chili there, and I'm just going to sprinkle them onto the soil. So I haven't wet the soil yet. That's okay because I will do that later on. So in this one chili, I probably have about 20 seeds in here, and they all go in there. Another one. Just excuse the noise, the neighbor's kids are playing there. So I've got about 30 seeds in here. Okay, it's about 20 in here. So will they all grow? Probably not, because sometimes the snail gets to it and eats some of them when they start growing. So I will clump them together just enough so later on when they start growing and I've noticed that a snail might get into it, then I could put a bowl, like a transparent bowl, just to keep them away from it, and also it will produce a little bit of heat, so it's a greenhouse effect on that little area. So I've got just right here, and I've just scratched the soil a little bit there, and I'm just going to water them now. So this is how I harvest my chili and prepare my chili plant for the winter season. Also, I hope you like the little trick that I do just to get ahead of the chili season and have nice producing chili ahead of the chili season. So I hope you like this video, and if you do want to hear more contents like this, or if you just want to hear more from me, please don't forget to hit the notification bell at the bottom or subscribe to my channel. But for now, it's me, truly wonderly yours. Hanggang sa muling pagtatagpo. Bye!